Well, hey everybody, it's Paul. Welcome to my channel. You know, I was on Steam and I was just reading a post by a buddy of mine, Victor, that kind of got me thinking, that I just really wanted to answer this post. He was just saying that he's not happy. And he's not like suicidal or crying for help or none of that stuff. He just doesn't feel happy. And I get where he's coming from because I've heard a lot of people that are like that. And I know especially around the holidays, there's a lot of depression. And he's saying he's not like clinically depressed. Well, I should start by saying two things. Number one, I don't know Victor personally at all, so I'm not going to try to speak into his situation because obviously there's 1,000,001 reasons in life that you can have happening and going on that's going to be more hard than normal to be happy. And number two, I'm not a trained shrink it. I'm not trained in anything that's worth a hill of beans, but I have a whole lot of opinions, and I'm not afraid to share them as usual. So, take it for what it's worth. It's probably 99% bunk and BS and just throw it away. But maybe, just maybe, there's a little bit in there in my message that'll help somebody. I don't know. It's just like how I look at life. It's helped me. Happiness, you kind of got to nail it down. Happiness to me is not like the feeling of euphoria that you feel when you just won $1,000,000 on the lottery. I mean, you don't have to feel like that every day to be happy, in my opinion. I think you can equate happiness to feelings like satisfaction and enjoyment. So those are things, there's things in my life that I pursue, say hobbies, that cause me to feel happy, that bring me happiness, that bring me enjoyment. No, I'm not feeling like, wow, I just won the lottery because I'm having a peaceful, pleasant paddle around the lake in a kayak. And, that can bring me happiness, but it's not, like I say, euphoria. So I think that's the first and foremost thing between the media and American upbringing and this and that. I think people get misled into thinking that's how you have to feel or you're not feeling happiness. And I would say one of my first lessons in it, I remember as a little kid sitting in the bathtub. I loved to read, and that caused me happiness, was reading Mark Twain's The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. And I remember about old Huck sitting on the riverbank, and he was having a smoke in his pipe, and he was frying up some catfish, and he was lazying around, and he was saying how satisfied that made him feel, just looking out at the river and not a lot of worries on his head, no cares. And he had his dinner cooking, and he was enjoying his pipe, and he was satisfied, and he had enjoyment, and that caused happiness. And that's what I just realized at a very young age, that I didn't need a lot of things to make me happy. I guess you could say I'm a very simple person, and I suppose that's right, but I'm a happy person. Not to say that I can't ever complain, like the Joe Walsh song that goes, life's been good to me so far. One of the lyrics in there, he says something like, I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. That's me. I mean, really, I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Yeah, in his post, Victor says that he feels a lot of times like Charlie Brown. I can so relate to that. I always tell people I feel like Charlie Brown. I have Charlie Brown's luck. And honestly, I do. When Charlie Brown is like trick-or-treating for Halloween, his friends are all getting the Snickers and the Reese cups, and Charlie Brown gets the rock. That's the story of my life. That sums it up right there. And I mean, I don't want to compare, good things. I don't want to compare bad things and try to get in a competition of whose life's been worse or whose problems. Everybody's going to have goods and everybody's going to have bads. To reach any of these goals like happiness, enjoyment, satisfaction, I think it's foundational that you look at expectations, because managing expectations, in my mind, is key. If you are looking for euphoria, if you are looking for the high feeling that you're just walking on air every single day, you're probably going to be disappointed unless you're living the rock star lifestyle that I guess the big stars get to do. But us regular Joes out here, unless we do get that lottery ticket, we're just living a normal life. But I can enjoy so many things, just a million things. For example, like, I don't have to be good at anything to enjoy it. You guys know that follow my channel, know that I've started fooling around with FL Studio, trying to make some beats, trying to make some tunes, putting them up. I mean, let's face it, I suck at it. I'm brand new. I know that. But I enjoy the heck of it. Creating a tune, even if it sounds silly to 100% of the population, I've learned something. I've learned how to manipulate the program. I'm learning about synthesizers and manipulating sound and how to lay it all out and how the whole thing works. I love learning. I love learning new things. And that brings me happiness, to just know that I accomplished something new, totally new, that I've never done before, is immensely satisfying to me. And it brings me so much happiness to just, say, yeah, I did that. It sounds silly or whatever, but I think it's pretty cool. I had a great time doing it. I learned all these new things, and I'm just like a little kid, when it comes to that. But it's like just simple things. I guess maybe being simple is the key to happiness. But it's not all bad. It's like, I know people hate to go walking with me because I always take my camera, and I'm just fascinated by the simple things that you see walking up and down the street. It's like, maybe it's a spider, maybe it's a bird or some silly looking tree, or who knows what. It's like, I'm always snap here, snap there, snap. It's like, this is interesting things bring me happiness, and I love sharing it. And I think that's why, I love YouTube. I've been on YouTube forever. I'm not big on YouTube, but I love sharing. That brings me happiness. So let me get on to managing expectations and just tell you what I mean. It's like, have you ever had something that you were really looking forward to? Let's talk, say, Christmas. Maybe you're a kid, and you're really looking for Christmas, going to be great, you're getting all into it, and the hype, and we build up expectations so high that there's no way in the world that reality can then measure up to your expectation. So then you feel like you got cheated almost, you feel down about it. It's like, oh, it's over. This was all it, Christmas, it came and it was all right. It was fun, but it's all over. I'm depressed, No, it's not supposed to be like that. You didn't manage your expectations. You had your hopes set too high. You have to manage your expectations better. And it works the other way too, Sometimes you're going somewhere and you're dreading it. Maybe it's a chore you have to do. Maybe it's you got to do this task, whatever it is, and you've been dreading it, and you've been building it up in your mind, and it's going to just be horrible, and you just would rather, do anything. It's like going to the dentist, or whatever. And when you're in the middle of the thing, and then when you're over it, and it's like you survived it, and then you start thinking, yeah, I came through this all right. I'm still here. I'm still kicking. It wasn't fun, but I made it, And you kind of feel like a weight's off your shoulder. You feel better. You feel good. You feel happy about it. This thing's in your past now. Now you can go on. And the Charlie Brown in me says, go on to the next problem. If that's it, there's always going to be another one. But if you know that going into it, right? If you just know that going into it helps you cope with it. Everybody's got it. That's life. Life keeps throwing up these things, these hurdles, But if you know there's going to be one coming, and after that there's going to be another one, that's just how it is. So you plan for that. You don't let it get you down. It's like you just know that's part of life. It's what you do. So what you got to do, and I know this turned into a big ramble. I should do a series on these or something. Break it down. I know it's just probably silly to most everybody. That's how I get through. But I try to find the least little thing in everyday life that'll make me happy. It's like maybe, like I don't, I'm cheap, so I don't like buy stuff, but maybe buy yourself like these. I stopped the other day and I don't know where I got the first one of these. It's a Tootsie Roll peppermint. The Tootsie Rolls in the middle, blow pop or something. I forget what it's called. You guys know. It's got the chewy stuff in the middle, and they are addicting as ever. But I never buy stuff like that. But I bought some. I bought a bag of it. I'm like, that makes me have just one once in a while. It's like, I gotta watch it because it's got sugar in it. But the point is, just the least little thing, once in a while, I stop off and get me a little coffee at the gas station. So it's like, okay, it's $1. I can afford that. Just the least little things that I can kind of look forward to. It helps you get through the day just a little bit. It doesn't have to be big, expensive. Just a little creature comforts, that make you smile just a little bit. I got to cut this down. I'll have to I'm going to, if you guys want, or I don't know, maybe I'll just do it for my own amusement, even if nobody watches. See, that's another thing. It doesn't, I hope people watch, and I love it that you guys, I'm always thankful. Never take it for granted for your support, and I love the interaction. But I guess if I make the videos because I want to make them. I mean, it's kind of selfish sounding, right? But I think that's important, that you got to do what makes you happy. That's a simple thing, but it's true, and I know on social media, I think people, they try to make videos that they think are going to be popular or are going to make them successful on YouTube or whatever platform they're, instead of doing what they enjoy. So then, if the success doesn't come that they were seeking, then they just quit, and it's like a flash in the pan and they're gone. And it's like, I think the motivation was wrong. You got to do what you enjoy. Do videos on what you enjoy. That's what, anyway, I got to wrap it up. I'll do some more because I enjoy them. I hope you guys found maybe just something, a little crumb in there. And I know it's like I'm just scatterbrained because I should write these things out. But then I don't want to sound like a professor lecturing, It's just my thoughts on stuff. So anyways, just the world according to the old guy. Anyways, until next time, guys, I appreciate it so much. We'll see you.